state government will promulgate epidemic diseases ordinance, and this ordinance will give extraordinary powers to the states to tackle COVID-19. Once introduced, the government can take several measures to contain COVID-19. With this ordinance, violators can be punished up to 2 years in imprisonment. The Law Minister Madhuswamy addressed the media after the cabinet meeting and informed the state that this is the decision that has been taken. Listen it.
ಇವತ್ತೊಂದು ಆರ್ಡಿನೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೇರಳ ಮತ್ತು ಉತ್ತರ ಪ್ರದೇಶ ಸರ್ಕಾರಗಳು ಏನು ಈ ಎಪಿಡೆಮಿಕ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಿಭಾಯಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆರ್ಡಿನೆನ್ಸ್ ತಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಳೆ ಎಪಿಡೆಮಿಕ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ರಿಪೀಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಎಪಿಡೆಮಿಕ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ತರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇದ್ರ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಆ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಒದಗಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದ್ರ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಯಾರು ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಜೊತೆ ಸಹಕಾರ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಶಿಕ್ಷಾರ್ಹ ಅಪರಾಧ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದ್ರ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಉದ್ದೇಶಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ಈ ಕಾಯಿಲೆನ ಸೋಂಕನ್ನು ಹರಡಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡೋನು ಶಿಕ್ಷಾರ್ಹ ಅಪರಾಧ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದ್ರ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಮತ್ತಂತ ಸುದ್ದಿ ಹರಡೋರಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೂ ಕ್ರಮ ಜರುಗಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗೇನು ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟಿವ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ನಾವು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಷನ್ ತಗೋತಿದ್ವಿ ಅದನ್ನು ರೀಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಪಿಡೆಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದು ನಮಗೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಇದೆ. ಇದೇನು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿಗಳ ಅಂಕಿತಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಥ್ರೂ ವಿತ್ ಕೇರಳ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಉತ್ತರ ಪ್ರದೇಶ್ ಗವರ್ನಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಡಿನೆನ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಆರ್ಡಿನೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹತೋಟಿಗೆ ತರಲೇಬೇಕು. ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಕೋಆಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇದು ಶಿಕ್ಷಾರ್ಹ ಅಪರಾಧ ಅಂತ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
This was the decision that was taken by the state government.
epidemic ಅನ್ನ
It's a welcome decision that has been taken by the government in the backdrop of the violence that took place last night. Several health workers were assaulted by a few people who were to be taken to the quarantine centers. Supreme Court Advocate Sanketang M. Yenagi joins us over the phone line to get us more details and inputs on what this could mean for Karnataka. Many thanks for joining us, Mr. Sanket. So the epidemic diseases ordinance will be brought in. If you can tell us more clearly how this would change the laws in Karnataka.
Yes, Pratibha. There is already a British-made law by name Epidemic Diseases Act of 1897.
Okay.
This has already worked earlier in similar scenarios of this nature, and it has played a very vital role in controlling the plague in the 1800s and 1900s as well. Section 2 and Section 2A of the Epidemic Diseases Act confers powers on the state and the central governments, and to take certain actions when it is satisfied, when they are satisfied, that any part thereof or any portion or any city or a district or any area is threatened by an outbreak or any dangerous epidemic disease, and the ordinary provision of law for the time being in force are insufficient for that purpose to tackle it. Okay. Under those circumstances, they have the power to invoke Section 2 and Section 2A of the Epidemic Diseases Act. Now the proposal or the ordinance which has been now brought in could be an amendment to that legislation which is already in force, or to more strengthen the powers of the administrative authorities to take control or to tackle the situation of this nature. And under those enactments, certain special powers are conferred on the authorities.
Okay.
Like the decision is taken pertaining to suspension of the existing visas, like the certain diplomatic, employment, other special visas would be suspended, and it will not be enforced until further orders from the government. And all the movements should be controlled, or all the movements of the public would be taken into the observation. And thereafter, the second step would be barring the entry and exit of the population from the containment area, totally seizing it.
Okay.
And the next would be requiring the closure of the schools, offices, ban of the public gatherings from all the corners, and to see that even in the festivities, the public should not gather, and to see that there is no spreading of the virus from all the corners. It will be examined and monitored very strictly. Okay. Banning of the vehicular movement. Now the banning of the vehicular movement is already in force, but under these provisions of law, they will monitor each vehicle. They will examine each vehicle as to whether there is a sufficient distance maintained or they have been provided with say appropriate measures for the security or safety of the passengers who are in the vehicle or not. Even if they have the pass, that would be examined.
Okay.
And the next would be isolating all the suspected cases in the hospital from the rest of the population in the hospital. Assuming for a moment the one who is getting treated and he is getting released or discharged, and that patient is with another patient, automatically there would be spreading, or he may not recover it immediately. So that would be the chance, so that it would be examined very meticulously in that case. So like that, the existing provisions of law, like the IPC provisions, more particularly 166 to 170 and 188, and section 188 provides for the disobedience of an order duly promulgated by the public servant. So those provisions are insufficient for the government to tackle the situation. Under those circumstances, the special powers which are now conferred would be exhausted by the state government.
Okay, so
Yes, Pratibha.
you're saying that this is within the state government's powers to invoke this act, keeping in mind the situation in the state and across the country. But how long will it take to come into effect?
So now the House is not in session, but however, with the consent of the governor of the state, the state government can immediately promulgate the ordinance. There is no requirement of the House being in session.
Okay.
Because it is an emergency situation. So under those circumstances, the moment it is signed by the governor, it can come into effect. So since the Epidemic Diseases Act is a central enactment, it's a law made by the parliament, not by the state government, but the state government can bring in certain amendments to the state so that it could be made applicable only within the territory of the state. And the law made by the territory, within the territory of the state, will not be applicable outside the state, and it will not affect the basic enactment of the 1897 Act, Epidemic Diseases Act law, that is the law made by the parliament. So under those circumstances, so the law made by the central government, that the parliament, has not been amended.
Okay.
If that is amended, it would be applicable to the entire territory of India. But now, since the situation compelling the state government now only to bring it within the state of Karnataka to take control and to tackle the situation, the law is now being promulgated with certain changes, empowering the police and the authorities to take control of the situation and to see that the law is made applicable within the territory of the state.
Okay, Mr. Sanket, does this give power to the police officials to arrest someone without going through the usual legal proceedings? And also, what is the maximum punishment for any of the miscreants or assailants within this act?
So here, it is not the punishment which is not being spoken much about it.
Okay.
But the interesting point here is, it empowers the state to take control.
Okay.
It does not seem to be empowering the authorities to take the penal consequences or invoke the penal provisions there under the enactment. Instead, it would act as an additional feather for the government to act immediately and to take control of the situation so that the virus is not spread.
Okay.
It is only regarding spreading of the virus and the controlling of the spreading of virus. And it may not be so having penal consequences as those are applicable under the Indian Penal Code and other provisions of law. Now the National Disaster Management Act has already been invoked. That is more powerful than the provisions of Epidemic Diseases Act.
Okay.
It is only from the perspective of the health hazard. The penal consequences here under this provision are not so effective than those, but however, so to control the situation like the spreading of a virus, this can act as one of the additional tools for the government to act.
Okay, all right. So one of the additional tools. Many thanks, Mr. Sanket M. Yanagi, for joining us and giving us those details on what this would mean for Karnataka, the authorities as well as the police officials. Let's also go across to my colleague Adarsh, who is joining us live from the newsroom with more details on this. Well, Adarsh, in the backdrop of the unprecedented violence that took place in Bengaluru, where the health workers, the health officials were attacked by a mob, this is a welcome decision that has been taken by the state government. This would empower the police officials to also ensure that we can contain the spread of the virus.
Oh yes, indeed, Pratibha. This is a very proactive measure indeed that the state government is taking, much in line with what the Kerala and Uttar Pradesh governments have done in their respective states by, in a sense, promulgating this very act, the Epidemic Diseases Act, which is again dates back to 1897, but it again proves to be a shot in the arm because we are talking about India with so many states. There's never going to be a one-size-fits-all kind of an act. So it needs to be seen as to how each state has its own requirements and how they really tweak this very act to suit their circumstances. Now, with so much happening already in the state, with the attack on ASHA workers that we're talking about, this is an act that goes ahead and gives in so much power, not just for the state government, but also more importantly for the police on ground to go ahead and immediately pull someone up, right from spreading fake information, which is what the Law Minister J.C. Madhuswamy mentioned, as to how if there's someone caught spreading fake news, fake information, immediate action can be taken. Right from that, all the way up to obstructing someone who's on duty, to probably causing some kind of a violence, some kind of a situation in any area which is detrimental to the society at that point in time. So it could be anything that could be against the law, and the police on ground will have special powers to immediately pull someone up. They do not have to go through the executive, the judiciary as such, and immediately pull someone up and put someone behind bars in case if they feel deemed fit at that point in time. Looking at the powers as well, in fact, if we were to look at Section 4 of this particular Act 2020, again, Epidemic Diseases Act 2020 that has been promulgated, for example, in Kerala, Section 4, in fact, very interesting because it gives the state powers to even go ahead and put a full stop on essential services like media, banking, and even healthcare. Now, obviously, that is something that state governments would not do at this point in time. Okay. But yes, it comes as part of that. And talking about the punishment as such, we're talking about 2-year imprisonment penalty with or without fine up to 10,000 rupees. Now, back in 1897, that was very different. We only had 6 months of imprisonment. So now we're talking about 2 years with or without 10,000 rupees. So that's going to be a detrimental going forward as to how people will really react to this.